In this video, I'm going to do the problem set 2. If you are new to this channel, then let me tell you, I've already uploaded 3 videos of problem set 1. So you may watch those videos as well. Now in this video, as you can see, there are a lot of questions, but we are going to do only up to question number 14. Okay? Because I do not want to make this video too long. And the questions in this problem set are pretty much similar to what we did in the problem set 1. So you may pause the video and try these questions. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get started. In the first question, you are given a demand relation and a supply relation, and you are asked to calculate the equilibrium price and quantity. So let's go to GeoGebra. I prefer to use GeoGebra because it is easier to visualize the graph. This is an open source software, so you may download it and use it for free. So the supply demand curve is y equals to 59 minus 4.8x, and supply curve is y equals to 9 plus 4.2x. Let's see where is the intersection. Okay, this one, and let's find out this point as well. Okay, so the equilibrium price and quantity is price is 32.33 and the quantity is 5.56. Let's move on to the next question. In this question, you are asked to calculate the consumer surplus as well as producer surplus. This is very simple. Let's draw one more straight line. Y equals to y coordinate of A. So this point is D. The upper triangle BDA is the consumer surplus and the lower triangle DCA is the producer surplus. Let's find out. Area BDA. Okay, area here, it should be comma. Okay, so consumer surplus is 74.07 and area DCA and the producer surplus is 64.81. So this is the answer to this question. Let's move on to the next question. In question number 3, you are given a table. So this is the allocation of resources problem. There are 7 workers, and you need to allocate these workers to the to these places, Hong Kong Island, Kowloon, and New Territories, so that the output is maximized. So you can see here, you are asked to maximize the amount of rupees collected. So I prefer to do this question in the Excel because it is always easier to calculate marginals, marginal output in Excel. Okay, so let's go to Excel. And you can see I have already written down all the values from the table just to save our time. So now how do we calculate the marginals? The marginal is simply this cell minus upper cell, because this value is the output from one worker, okay, and this value is the output from 2 workers. So in order to find out the output from the additional worker, you simply have to subtract okay, this cell from this cell. All right, so when I drag the formula, when I drag this down, you can see this cell is subtracted from this cell, right? So now I can drag this right as well for other 2 columns. All right, now let me drag everything down. So in this way we can calculate the marginals. Now in order to allocate these workers, we simply have to look at the highest values. So we have to allocate the first worker to the new territories because this is the highest value, and the second highest is 171. So you can allocate second worker to either Hong Kong Island or Kowloon, and third again either one, Hong Kong Island or Kowloon. Okay, so in this way you can allocate these 7 workers. All right, so I leave this to you. I hope you can do this. Let's move on to the next question. Shirley is deciding whether to hold on to this much amount in her bank account or to buy stocks, bonds, or real estate. And the yield from stocks is $0.04 per dollar invested, and the yield on bonds is $0.05. Okay, and the yield on real estate is $0.03. So what is the opportunity cost of Shirley of putting all her money in bonds? In other words, what is the value that she will lose if she puts all her money in bonds? Okay, so as you can see, the earning from stocks is the next higher value after bonds, right? The value, the earnings from bond is 0.05 and from stocks is 0.04. So this is the second highest opportunities that she will lose if she invests all her money in bonds. Okay, so let me go to the notepad. The opportunities you will lose is simply 0.04 times this total amount. So this is 100,000. Okay, so this is simply 4,000. All right, so this is the answer. Let's move on to the next question. John is thinking of going to a concert that will last 1.5 hours. Okay, during these 1.5 hours, he could have tutored a student at $120 per hour. Alternatively, he could have used the same time to work as a research assistant instead and earn a total of $75. He enjoys the tutoring job and research assistant job just enough that he is willing to do either job for free. If the price of the concert ticket is $200, what is the opportunity cost of him going to the concert? So again, in other words, what is the value that he will lose if he goes to the concert? So let's go to the notepad. So the first value that he will lose is $120 per hour, and again for the next half hour, $60, right? So this is 120 plus 60, and again, the price of the ticket. If he does not go to the concert, he can save this money, right? So he will lose this $200 as well. This is 200. Okay, so this is 380. This is the answer to this question. Let's move on to the next question. Cindy would like to attend a 2-hour Japanese lesson, which costs her $410. If she does not attend the lesson, she can teach yoga lesson with an hourly wage of $80, or play this video game with a total benefit of $400. And Cindy should attend the Japanese lesson if her benefit from the Japanese lesson is at least. So the concept is pretty much same. Additional benefit should be greater than the additional cost. So what is the benefit from the Japanese lesson? Okay, so the first benefit should be, okay, so the question says what should be the benefit from the Japanese lesson. So if she attends the Japanese lesson, then the total benefit should be the sum of $200 as well as the cost of the tuition, cost of the lesson, that is $210. All right, so her total benefit should be the sum of $210 and $200. This is $410. All right, let's move on to the next question. John is thinking about watching a football game with his friend, and he's willing to pay $130 for watching the game. Ticket price is $80, and he will have to cancel his part-time job that pays $260. Normally, he would be unwilling to do for less than Y dollars. So he decides to watch the game if Y is at least. So the additional benefit should be greater than the additional cost. So what is additional benefit in this case? So this is 130 minus 80, right? This should be greater than 260 minus Y, because he is unwilling to do for less than Y dollars. Okay, so when you solve this, you get Y is greater than 210. So this is your answer. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, so in this question, you are given three curves, three equations: total benefit, average benefit, and marginal benefit. These two curves, total benefit and average benefit, are irrelevant because we are asked to calculate the number of cups of coffee, and you are given the marginal cost. So to get the optimal number of quantities, you simply have to equate marginal cost equals to marginal benefit. So let's do this. Marginal benefit equals to marginal cost. What is marginal benefit? 40 minus 2n equals to 8. And I leave this to you. I hope you can solve the value of n. Let's do the next question. Suppose that John and Tanya both can produce jacket and shoes. In a day, John can produce either 5 jackets or 5.5 pair of shoes. And in a day, Tanya can produce either 8 jackets or 12 pair of shoes. Assume that they completely specialize in the production of one type of goods and trade with another. In a day, John will produce how many jackets? The question has asked for John only. So what is the opportunity cost of him producing jacket and shoes? So the opportunity cost of him producing jacket is 5.5 divided by 5, right? So this is okay. So this is larger than when he produces than the opportunity cost when he produces shoes. Okay, so the opportunity cost of him producing shoes is 5 divided by 5.5. So he should specialize in producing shoes, right? So now let's move on to the next question. So in this question, you are given the production. Now let's move on to the next question. Suppose that John and Tanya both can produce jacket and shoes. John can produce this much jacket or this much shoes. Similarly, Tanya can produce this much jacket and this much shoes. Assume that John and Tanya decide to completely specialize in the production of one type of goods and trade with another. In a day, John will produce how many jackets? So now let's see who should specialize in the production of jacket. So we need to find out the opportunity cost, right? Let's go to the notepad. So what is the opportunity cost of producing jacket for John? So opportunity cost of producing jacket for John is 5.5 divided by 5, right? So this is 1.1. Okay. And what is the opportunity cost of producing jacket for Tanya? So this is 12 divided by 8, which is 1.5. So as you can see, the opportunity cost for John is smaller than Tanya, right? In the production of jacket. So John should specialize in the production of jacket. So when he specialized, he could produce 5 jackets, right? So that's the answer. He will produce 5 jackets. Let's move on to the next question. Consider a small open economy consisting of John and Tanya. Both can produce jacket and shoes. Okay, so this much. Suppose the world price of jacket is 350 and the world price of shoes is 140. So in a day, this small economy will produce a total of. So now we need to know who is going to produce what. So this is a question about the revenue. So you need to calculate the revenue first and see the revenue from which item is the highest. Accordingly, they will decide what they should produce. Okay, so let's go to notepad. So revenue, okay, for John, revenue from jacket is, okay, so what are the units? John can produce 5 jackets, so 5 times 350, right? 350, which is 1750. Similarly, from stool, so this is 5.5 times 140, and this is 770. Now for Tanya, revenue from jacket, she is producing 8 jackets, so 8 times 350. Okay, so this is 2800. And from shoes, she is producing 12 pairs of shoes, so 12 times 140, this is equals to 1680. So now you can compare the revenue for both of them. Like for John, the revenue from jacket is higher, right, than shoes. And for Tanya, the revenue from, again, jacket is higher than shoes. So both of them will produce jacket. Okay, so in total they can produce 8 plus 5 jackets. That is 13. So 13 is the answer. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Farmer Amy can use its resources to produce two types of goods, mango and passion fruit. Farmer Amy can produce 20 kg of passion fruits and 18 kg of mango. Farmer Bob can produce this much, X kg of mangoes and 35 kg of passion fruits. We can conclude that Farmer Amy has the comparative advantage in production of mango if X is strictly less than. So since Farmer Amy has the comparative advantage in the production of mango, opportunity cost of producing mango for Farmer Amy should be lower than Farmer Bob, right? So let's calculate the opportunity cost for mango. So this is 20 divided by 18, and this should be lower than 35 divided by X, right? So when you solve this, we'll get x is less than 31.5. So this is the answer. Okay, let's move on to the next question. You are given a table of units per hour. In order for both New and Haley to engage in the trade and specialize in the production, they have the competitive advantage in terms of trade must be larger than. So now you are asked to calculate the terms of trade per bale. Okay, so here you can see whistles per bale. So you need to find out the opportunity cost of producing bale for both of them. So let's see. Let me copy this so that I do not have to type everything. So opportunity cost of producing bale for Neo is simply 3 divided by 2, which is 1.5. And now opportunity cost of producing bale for Haley is 15.6 divided by 6, which is 2.6. So this is the terms of trade. Should be higher than 1.5 and lower than 2.6. Okay, so this is the answer. Now in question number 13, again this is similar to question number 12. You are given a table of values of units per hour, and you are asked to find among these options which one is correct. So you have to find out the opportunity cost for all of them, and then decide who are efficient in the production of bales. Okay, so let's do it in Excel. So I have already written down all the values for you just to save some time. Now let's calculate the opportunity cost of producing bales. Okay, so this is simply this divided by this cell, and I can drag this down. So as you can see, the opportunity cost for these two people, that is Eric and Flora, are lower than the other two people, right? So in option A, you can see Eric and Flora. So option A is correct. Let's move on to the last question. France and Italy trade tanks and jets. France can produce one jet with 25,000 man hours and one tank with 30,000 man hours. Italy can produce this. You are on the Italian team bargaining over the terms of trade. You tell the defense minister that the best terms of trade you can reasonably ask for. So again, this question is pretty much same with the question number 12 and 13. But the opportunity cost of finding in this question, opportunity cost is different, okay, from the previous two questions. So let me show you. Let's say okay, so this is France and this is Italy, and you are in the support of Italy. Okay, here this is tank and this is jet. So this value is 30,000 and this is 25,000. This is 5,000 and this is 30,000. Okay, so now my question is, what is the opportunity cost of producing jet? So this should be this divided by this, right? Okay, because you can see the unit is different from the previous two questions. In the previous question, the unit was units per hour. Okay, but in this case, the unit is man. Okay, so 30,000 man hours for one jet. So you can notice the difference in units. That's why there is a difference in calculating the opportunity cost. Okay, and again, for what is the opportunity cost of producing one jet for Italy So this is simply this divided by this value. Okay, so this is the terms of trade for 1Z. All right, so you tell the defense minister that the best terms of trade you can reasonably ask for is 0.83 times, 0.83 times, as you can see, 0.83 times, and the worst you can accept is 6. Okay, if they ask more than 6, then you simply deny that. Okay, you cannot give them more than 6 tanks per jet. So that's the answer. Let's stop here, because I do not want to make this video too long. So let's stop here and we'll finish the next 10 question or 12 question in the next video. And probably I need 3 videos to finish this problem set. Okay, so no problem, you can try these questions by yourself, see how many you can solve. Okay, so let's stop here. Thank you so much for watching this video.